Wilson will be relieved that he didn't leave John Higgins a red, and Higgins will be furious that he's left an easy starter for Wilson. That is very uncharacteristic.
I mean, I know John as well as anybody, and I do get a sense that he's not 100% comfortable with his game at the moment. The first 4 or 5 frames, yeah, everything was good. In that last frame, I thought he was chasing a bit. He's played a few poor safeties. I just get the feeling that last night's game is just having some sort of effect on him, which is totally understandable. And I think John just would like to get out of this. If he gets out of it 5-3, I think he'll be absolutely over the moon. 4-all, we won't be disappointed, but from 4-1 up, he'd love to have a 2-frame advantage. Very good pot there from Kyren. Potting the black, disturbing the reds, making space around the black, which will make break building that much more simpler.
Nine.
Now this is just about trying to keep as close to the next ball as you can. Trying to not leave yourself straight on the black. Just slight little angles that you can punch the ball around. The reds are sitting very nicely, as long as you keep tight cue ball control. Very nice shot there, created the angle. It wasn't there, that angle, but he made it.
17.
Nudging that red out the way is now left the 2 reds available into the left-hand side of the pocket. So again, making this much more of a frame-winning break. Short on that red. Should have come much more above it. You see the 2 reds to the left-hand side there that are open to the left-hand pocket. Played on one of them, and if he gets on that, then he's on the other red. So now he's having to go up to bulk. Not a massive issue, but he wants to stand the black really.
Sure. 25.
He had reds that go into either black pocket, so he doesn't have to be perfect with his positional shot. He can just play for an area, leave the white in the middle of the table, and he'll have the choice of 3 or 4, even 5, 6 reds here.
Assuming he takes blacks, 71 is the magic number to leave Higgins requiring snookers. Well, Higgins started to make 1 or 2 errors. Wilson with the chance to peg him back in the second half of this session.
.31.
Would have wanted the white to be another 2 inches nearer the black. Probably another 2 inches above the black or below the black. Here he's a little bit straight. Got to put a bit of work into this. I'm sure he'll do it, but just making it a bit more difficult than it needed to be.
Mark Selby referenced during the mid-session interval that he feels Kyren Wilson's cue ball control needs a bit of work, and perhaps for that reason he's not quite ready to win this title yet. Would you subscribe to that view?
I definitely think
39.
You know, he could improve a little bit more on his positional play. I think he can win this tournament. You know, he had the right pedigree, the right mindset, and we're just picking out stuff that we think he can improve on. You know, he's still a fantastic break builder. He scored heavily in this tournament. But yeah, I mean, if there's a weakness in his game, that'd be it. I mean, just that shot there on the blue, you should have, you know, you need to float that blue in. You know, you need to make the white push it a bit more nearer to the other side. You need to have had so much room to play with there. And it just sometimes you have to change something in your technique. I mean, Henry was a great floater of the ball. John Higgins just floats the ball in. And it just enables you to get nearer to the object ball. You know, when you're a little bit stunny and punchy, and you know, you can lose the white a little bit.
Kyren Wilson's scoring has certainly picked up since the mid-session break. Prior to that, he'd made just a run of 35 in the first 4 frames since then. 61, 52 in this contribution.
$52. $53.
When you get straight on the black, you can only go backwards or forwards, and there the cue balls had to travel 6 feet. Whereas he had a little bit of an angle on the black, the cue ball have only had to travel 2 feet. So that's what Mark Selby be talking about, and we all see that. And that's just the little improvements that he can make. But as far as potting and everything else, I mean, he's just, you know, he's good enough to pot himself out of trouble. But you know, you want to be the perfect snooker player, so you want to work on your weaknesses sometimes.
$61.
So 75 left. It's black and 1 more red, and John Higgins will need a snooker.
Again, kind of straight on the black. Got a slight angle.
$68.
Frame ball. Well played. And this time it's Kyren Wilson's turn to punish John Higgins for an error. Leaving a red over the left corner pocket, playing safe. And suddenly this first session, which looked as though it might get away from Kyren Wilson in alarming fashion, has a rather different complexion about it.
76.
He may yet emerge on as even.
$77.
He's made 4 centuries during this tournament. 1 less than Higgins.
It's a fantastic potter. The red
83.
there, just a stunning for the pink. I know it looked kind of simple, but he just banged it in the middle of the hole.
84.
Yeah, even when he was struggling, his long potting was excellent. 79%, almost 4 out of 5 over 14 attempts. That's good. If he keeps that up the whole match, he'll give himself a chance.
$91. $92.
Well, Higgins said ahead of this semi-final after paying tribute to Kyren Wilson's potential, that he was expecting a mammoth match, and it may yet prove to be. A ropey start from the Crucible debutant. But he's beginning to find his feet out there. Confidence growing. He's getting the table time he needs to feel at home. Stand by for the applause. It's amazing how quickly things can change. And he feels like 25 minutes ago that John Higgins had a possible steal for 5-1. After Wilson missed that very easy red. Now suddenly, the gap is only one. Higgins, of course, holds the top break. 146. It's going to take some beating.
$150. $180.
And he's now made exactly 3 times as many centuries this season, Kyren Wilson, as he did in the whole of last. That's serious progress.
122. $127. $133.
Comes to life after a sticky start. That was a magnificent clearance of 140, and John Higgins sees his lead reduced to a single frame. 1 or 2 errors now from the Wizard. Things are getting interesting.